Hello everyone, so today I will be presenting my persuasive speech on stress. So the general purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience to practice meditation, to manage stress, to avoid the danger of self-medicating with substance abuse. So let me start off by asking you, any idea what may cause you stress? Stress can come from work, school, relationships, money, anything that doesn't allow us to take care of it right away. So in this paper, I'll be talking about meditation being used to manage our stress. So the first point is, how can stress affect one physically? Stress can affect our physical health in several ways. According to sources, one of the ways stress can affect us physically is having muscle pain. Muscle pain is one of the worst things to ever feel, because when you have muscle pain, you also have fatigue. And feeling fatigue, it allows you to feel tired. And when you're tired, you just really don't want to get up and do anything. Another way stress can affect our physical health is having sleeping problems. Sleeping is considered to be one of the most important things that a person needs. And when we're asleep, and as soon as we hit the bed, we automatically start to think about what happened in our day, what upset us in our day, what worried us in our day. So it kind of allows our mind to start wandering, and we begin to have anxiety because of us not allowing to feel like we have control of the thoughts that are wandering in our head. The second point is, how can stress affect one mentally? When stress occurs in someone's life, it can cause one to shut down. Although stress is different for everyone chooses to deal with stress very differently. Stress starts to allow someone to feel either depressed, to feel alone, feel sad. And then these feelings can turn into negative behaviors that someone may engage in. With being depressed and alone while dealing with stress, one may begin to avoid the problem. For example, I know that I'm someone that avoids the problem when something is really stressing me out. This can then turn to that negative behavior that I had mentioned. And by this, I mean self-medicating. And one of the most accessible ways someone can self-medicate themselves is substance abuse. When we're stressed, we tend to be very vulnerable. And being vulnerable allows our bodies and our minds to be vulnerable to want to engage in drugs and alcohol, because we don't have to worry about the problem. So, how can we deal with stress? One of the major ways stress can be dealt with is by meditating. I'm not sure if you're one that has ever meditated or ever thought about meditating, but I hope that after I read you the 3 different techniques that I have, you'll consider wanting to meditate whenever you feel stressed. Before getting into the different techniques, all the techniques that I mentioned are easy ones that can be done at home, and easy ones that are easy to understand at no cost. So the first one is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is one of the most popular techniques that many people choose to do. Because the reason it's so popular is because it's a technique that can literally be done anywhere. I know that I practice mindfulness especially in the car when I get in traffic or during a test, because it's just really allows me to reduce my heart rate and not feel so stressed, not feel so nervous. So what is mindfulness? Mindfulness allows you to pay attention, and the main goal of it is to focus on the present moment. So when you practice mindfulness, the main thing is to focus on your body, your breath, and just everything that's going through your body, and to not focus on the thoughts. So as soon as you start to notice yourself experience a thought in your head, you go back to focusing on your mind, focusing on your breath, focusing on your body, and continue to avoid the thought that keeps coming in your head. And that's why it's important that when you practice mindfulness, you do it in a setting that you're kind of alone and there's just not that much happening around you. So maybe don't do it in the car, but maybe when you're having a test, it'll be best. And then the benefit of mindfulness is it can lower your heart rate. The second technique is spiritual meditation. So spiritual meditation is much different than praying. Although you are still having that connection with the higher power that you choose, I know for me, my higher power is God or angels, so I always look up to them whenever I feel stressed. So a tip with spiritual meditation is to try and use like essential oils or like a diffuser so that your body can feel like less stressed, and you can kind of breathe in those smells to allow yourself to have that connection with your higher power and the thoughts that you're having. And the benefit of spiritual meditation is it can reduce anxiety and stress. The final technique is movement meditation. Movement meditation is one of my favorite techniques. I think it's like really like cool because I never really learned about it. It's nothing like exercising, nothing like yoga. It's much different than that. So with movement meditation, you are allowing your thoughts to wander. So it's much different than the other two techniques that I mentioned. Examples of movement meditation are gardening or walking through the woods. A benefit to movement meditation, it allows you to feel at peace. So you aren't so like overwhelmed with all the thoughts that you're having. You let your thoughts wander, as I said, and the main focus is to focus on the action that you're doing and kind of but don't focus too much on the thoughts. So in conclusion, meditation is as easy as it sounds. It can be done anywhere and at any time. I talked about how stress can affect someone physically, how stress can affect someone mentally, and the different techniques that someone can use to avoid stress and reduce the stress. So I hope that you can take away one of those techniques, and I hope you enjoyed my speech. Thank you.